Yo, what's going on? Don't mind me. Let me switch my screens. Oh, my camera. All right, Brett. I gotta check this, see if this works real quick. Skip the version. Okay, that does work. Nice. Old setup jump scare. I know, man. That's like a. It's not even an old setup. It's like the oldest setup. That's what's kind of crazy, bro. It's so old. All right. So today, what I wanted to do is break down some different stuff. So we have a new dev interview for Wuthering Waves. So what I want to do first and foremost is I wanted to watch a couple of the older Wuthering Waves stuff just to kind of see, rewatch the new closed beta trailer too, and then watch Dan Jen's Resonator showcase because I don't think I've ever really seen it. Good evening. Good evening. Like a vampire or something. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of go through this, especially the dev interview. It's about 20 minutes long, so we'll kind of discuss it as we go through. Just kind of go from there. I need to put my camera over here because this is like where my second monitor is, so it kind of looks weird when I'm like doing this, looking at that monitor instead of looking at this one, because this one only shows OBS over here, so I don't really look at that one very often. Except for to make sure that everything's like not lagging, which seemingly it isn't. Oh, I should probably do creator things like, you know, tweet out and stuff like that. Totally forgot to do that. You would think that I was a novice. I'm but a novice. So yeah, this is like, man, I'm so excited for Wuthering Waves. I feel like they're just doing, they're doing it, dude. They're doing it. Can't wait to hopefully get into the second beta. Guess I should put it on Discord. Discord. Yo, what's up, Ken? Ken Karaki. All right. Trying to get all this stuff. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this. So like I was kind of explaining, we're gonna kind of go through, I wanted to watch some of the older trailers, and then I was gonna rewatch the beta trailer and then go into the dev interview. So the dev interview is gonna be like the bulk of our conversation. Probably it's 22 minutes long. I am gonna pause it in between some different points because it seems like a long time to like let this play out for 20 minutes and not say anything and then turn around and, you know, have a discussion at that point. So we're gonna point some things out as it kind of comes along. I know our boy Rexlent is on here, which is super cool, but that's pretty much all I've seen from this little interview and stuff. So I thought it was really cool that they did this. I always like the fact that they're communicating. They did one, they've done a couple since they've obviously announced Wuthering Waves. So I think it's a really cool little update that they give us and kind of give us a direction that they're going. and talk about some different stuff. So let's first and foremost, we're going to jump into the first ever closed beta test, whatchamacallit, trailer. I wanted to watch this one because I felt like it was pretty cool to kind of see where it comes from. And we very well may like pull up one of my old streams and look at that as well. But here's the first ever beta test gameplay trailer. This was like a year ago, 9 months ago, maybe. So the first thing you notice is the world, right? It's actually pretty good, but it has that bleak, kind of darker tone to it, which I personally love. Little transition there, not the smoothest. Now that I rewatched that, not that bad. Yeah, I just remember being so hyped. That's actually cool because I just realized that they redid this, but they did it in the CB2 trailer, which is pretty cool. So they're kind of redoing some of the things that they did. But yeah, because I feel like a lot of dev streams are pretty boring, but from what I've heard anyway, this one's pretty active and it really does explain a lot of the things and why they went so dark for so long. But man, like if you're a PGR fan or like you played a little bit of PGR, you know that they're going to be eating it up with this combat. CBT was so much fun. So yeah, this one was actually really focused. So wait, that's another thing I wanted to point out in this one. So this character right here was the character that got reworked. So this is the actual human with the kind of like little tiger head that we'll see in the CBT 1. So he actually got reworked design wise, which they've been redesigning a lot of the characters. And then Scar, of course. Danjin is the only one that's perfection, bro. From day one, didn't have to change anything. And then we got a little voice acting, not much, but a little bit. So then we have Danjin. So Danjin is one of the coolest characters that I played with CBT wise. Her whole thing, if you don't know, is basically she outputs a lot of damage in sacrifice of hurting herself. So basically she hurts herself in order to do like damage. It's kind of wild. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to check it out. I was just going to do a video reaction of it, but I was like, why not make this into like a nice little live stream, you know, and then kind of talk about stuff with you guys. It'd be kind of fun to do, and then kind of go back through memory lane. So I haven't seen this actual Resonator showcase, but I have played it in the first CBT, and I gotta say they're knocking it out of the park with these trailers for these characters.
Dangerous beasts may hide, they say. Bandits too, their blades do slay. Or perhaps a wayfarer's escapade.
Damn, that just you and my girl, dude. She got that smile.
Foes yet unknown, a maiden journeys all alone. Kind courier offers a ride she gladly partakes. Ahead they go, fog fading in their wake. Criminals lurk, plotting schemes, counting gains. Our maiden vows to foil their plans. Like rabbits they flee, uninvited crooks she seeks.
Damn, this quality is actually really good, dude. This is nuts. There's a little frame. You can see a little bit of frame rate issues, but it does look good overall. Damn it, dude. I love that. They learned a lot of this from PGR, though. PGR has really good, nowadays, that has really good PVs. They also got their nice own little feel to it, too. Well, maybe that's purposeful.
No mercy.
I do also like that they're throwing in the parries and stuff just to give you an idea, like.
Pure as ever, she wipes her face.
What an innocent little lady.
Adorned with jade, dispelling fear, bringing hope
The thing is, you can actually see even in this little spot that they've changed the color palette quite significantly from the first CBT trailer, because this was obviously done, you know, pretty close to like now versus like when the CBT one came out. So you can actually see that they kind of changed some of the vibrant and saturation just there. So this is actually going to be the number 2. So this is the one that we just got, which we've all kind of seen, but I wanted to rewatch it because that was the first time I seen it with the reaction, and I didn't really watch it since. So you can kind of tell that they've already changed the beginning of the game, because I'm pretty sure our girl had a gun to his head last time I remember. But damn, like look at already the vibrance and stuff. So I said this a little bit in the video that I made around this, but they're definitely taking the right approach to this while keeping the world kind of like grayscaled and a little bit more dull, but they're like lighting it up with the contrast of the sky and the colors. Like they're using colors in a way that like adds vibrance to it, but it's not like an overwhelming saturation that a lot of games kind of go into. So you can see like the ambiance of, you know, the lights and stuff like that. It just makes it feel a little bit more homey to me versus anything else. And then, you know, just like the little blues in the sky and stuff, just like that little add of color. And that's why I've always liked the color palette for this, because I kind of figured they would go in a direction where they were going to make stuff a little bit more plain, so that when they added these colors, it was going to pop out and make things seem a little bit just more, I don't know, just more awe-inspiring maybe is the word. Because like even in this, you can kind of see like, you know, the grass is kind of like dull. A little bit of the bush has a better saturation than it did in CBT, but like the sunset, it's what you want it to be. Like this is like the sunset you'd want to see with this giant, I assume, I don't know, like a planet or something like that. And you can kind of see this fog and mist over the world. So it's like, it's such a cool thing. This is probably my favorite though, because obviously they're using like the pink blossom flowers and stuff. Like that's such a cool like mood in comparison to all this with the contrast of the light blue and the background. So it's just so cool that they decided to kind of tweak a lot of this. Like, okay, so we're going to keep the overall like feeling to it, because it is supposed to be like a post-apocalyptic. It's supposed to be kind of like this dreadful world, but there's a little bit of life in it. So it almost kind of starts to tell a story that while we're in this like desolate, destroyed world, there is a little life. There's a little hope to it. It makes me like, it seems more of a story driven type of thing and story choice based on the stuff. I do like that they actually kind of saturated the trees a little bit more, but it's not over heavily. So you can kind of see the ones closest to us, obviously the most affected by light, are going to be mostly saturated, but the colors and contrast of the shadows are really good. Sounds like real life. Yeah, I just think it's a really nice thing, because like, you know, in real life you don't have a lot of these awe-inspiring like colors like you do with like, you know, trains, buses and all that different stuff. But like real life, you know, grass is green, but it's not like insanely green. But whenever you see a sunset, that's why everybody likes waking up in the mornings or, you know, going to bed late at sunset, is because that's such a cool thing to see, is the world change in a weird way, or like, you know, being out in the stars and stuff. And I do like the fact that like the color palette lends itself to stuff like this. So when you have like this nice dynamic color with the fog and the different, you know, situation with the storm, like it looks like it's going to be grayed out, and it looks like it's going to be like, this is a chilly day, bro. Like this looks like it'd be uncomfortable to be in, which I personally like. And then you scale into this, and again, you have like nice little like sunset-esque type of fall sunshine that you got craving onto all this stuff. So this stuff's all dull, but you can kind of point out some different things. And again, it's like desolate and it's destroyed, but I mean, you just have a little bit of highlight of color. Like these are the type of things that are so beautiful, because like you can stand, like if you could stand up here or something like this is the type of thing you look out over the world and just kind of see all these different shadows and stuff. So I think they knocked it out of the park on this trailer particularly, because I think they did a really good job at showcasing exactly what types of things they've changed, and not just in like the color schemes, but you start to get into like, you know, here in the gameplay, you can start to tell that they've adjusted stuff, and they're showcasing that too. Hopefully get into CBT. Yeah, man, I hope so. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the revised art direction. Yeah. It's almost like a reverse of like everything else. It's like they're kind of trying to take their own little spin on it. So you have like these desolate worlds. You know, let's talk about how badass Rover is here though. How did I pass it? You have a Scar, literally this badass dude about to cut your head off with a card. My bro doesn't even have his eyes open. He's so in tune of like, I don't give a shit, bro. I like the MCs. I think they're knocking it out of the park with the MCs, because honestly, I think they both fit, and I think they're both done like insanely well. I don't think I could really pick one over the other. From what I've heard, you can actually swap genders during gameplay, so you're not stuck into one. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I've heard people saying that. But I think both the designs are really well. Like, they obviously complement each other because they have like a very similar scheme, because they're kind of supposed to be the same person, at least from what I understand. But they have their own like unique esque to them. I feel like they have a little bit of different things that make them more unique. And so I don't really feel like you can go wrong with either or. And one thing about Kiro, dude, is like they know how to make some baddies, and they have to, like, they know how to make you like the baddies a little bit. Like, you're not supposed to, but it's like, I kind of like, I like the flair of them. I like the way they look. Like, I don't know. They do a really good job of that as well. Like Scar, I mean, he's not supposed to be likable, but dude, when he turns into this, there was so many people that thought this was a second, like a different boss. You can tell by the way that he looks that he's definitely Scar in a different version, right? Because like this is literally his outfit. So like you see all his outfit here, you know, he has the gray red's color scheme is gray and red hair. And obviously like this is the same jacket, right? It's literally like the same jacket, which begs the question, and all of his cards, by the way, which begs the question, how the hell did he turn into that? I imagine that the girl has something to do with it, because she's obviously orchestrating. I almost wanted to call them corrupted because of PGR. I don't remember what they're called, but these guys, she's like kind of orchestrating them. So I wonder if she has a, like, kind of a thing in this. But look at bro, dude, he just gets snapped up. He just holding on. He just like, please, bro. And then he puts you in a nice hole and strikes your ass. But damn, they're doing so good with like the different things. And then we got 3 new characters. So they're kind of new. So obviously the first one's new. I don't remember what her name is, but they did release it. So she's new. He's actually a recolor, or like not a recolor, but a refresh of that one tiger guy I showed you. So he used to be like a complete tiger, but now they kind of refreshed him into like a human-esque tiger, which, you know, love it or hate it. Some people are kind of upset that that got changed, and some people like it. So I think it's just kind of whichever way they're going to go. But yeah, personally, I think his moveset's pretty cool. And then we got Kakarot. Kakarot was in the first CBT, but not playable. So you could talk to him. He's really cool. And the fact that I like Dragon Ball is kind of funny. This is like Kakarot, but he's like the Sephiroth. And then yeah, she's a new one though. She's the one that we haven't seen, which her color palette, I think they dive a little bit into her in the dev, so we'll kind of take a look at her here. But she's really cool too. Like I like the fact that they kind of have this, like, obviously she's supposed to represent yin yang. She has an ability that does that as well. But it's cool that they kind of add it to the hair. You kind of notice that a lot, is that the color scheme of these guys are usually also indicated somewhere in their hair. At least a little bit. Some of them have off color, but like he has like, you know, like the same color plating on his arms as he does his hair. You can kind of tell that they kind of do that. The more that I think about it, they have like the kind of color schemes match their hair, which I feel like just makes the colors flow. And I just kind of realized that she actually has a light or a dark and light hand. So her whole thing is like yin yang, like literally, like her whole outfit is an embodiment of yin yang, which is really cool. And her being a brawler, bro, that's such a cool thing. I think this is where Wuthering Waves is going to take a lot of stuff, is because I think they have more flexibility. So don't get me wrong on like Genshin and stuff. I know that they have like certain character, like weapon classes that they have, but they can do a lot of different things, and they have done a lot of different things to make these characters unique. The thing is, Wuthering Waves is like, it feels more expressive in some of the ways that people fight, because it just kind of is. Like they just have their own stuff to them. Yeah, she's one of my favorite characters too, and I actually like this revamp of this guy too. I think he's really cool. Now, we never seen any gameplay from him. He was actually in the story as well. He was part of fighting the fire motorcycle boss. If any of you guys watch the CBT stuff, he was kind of like right before that. And honestly, I like it because they kind of left some of the Tiger S stuff, like his hair. It's kind of like this nice, like long mane tail type of thing. And then obviously he has his little gimmick thing where he beats the hell out of you, which is super cool. He's definitely a really cool combo character. Now, obviously, I'm a kind of a sucker for somebody like Kakarot, because Kakarot's like the dude with the long sword, nice little like clean cuts, and then, you know, he has his little stand there as JoJo reference, which I don't know. I wonder what the story is with that, because they seem like they're in tune. Now, this is interesting though, because I can't remember, and you guys might have to correct me. I don't remember there being people on the field. So I don't know if this is like a co-op type of thing, or if this is more just like it's kind of expressing that there's multiple people on here fighting at the same time. Because I don't remember our AI being out, because I remember swapping onto them. So I don't know if this is like story driven or what. Yeah, we have a nice parry mechanic, obviously, into a cool cutscene, which honestly, bro, the cutscenes that they had even in the CBT1 was insanely good for some of the different dynamics and stuff during fast fights. So I really hope they add more of it. And it kind of looks like you can get some of these bosses. We eating good at the dev video? Dude, I hope so. I heard good things, but I haven't seen it. Yeah, I wonder if they changed his ult. Because that definitely looks like the backside of his ult, which is way different than what we had in CBT1. And obviously, this is like a nod towards the story, though. A lot of people are kind of weird about this part, though, because they're like, oh, she has a shadow, but he doesn't. And it's like, well, does that mean he's dead? Like, it is kind of weird, like a weird touch that she does have a shadow and he doesn't. Because, like, you'd think he did. But yeah, the queen, bro, she's cool. We actually got a glimpse of what she can do as well, even for a second, though. Wasn't very long. But we got a glimpse of who she, like, can kind of do, I guess. Which we haven't really seen much. She was in the story of CBT1 as well. But she didn't really get to do very much. So anyway, that was kind of a cool wrap up that I wanted to do because I thought it was kind of interesting to talk about this stuff. But I wanted to jump into this dev, which is the big thing that we're going to want to do, is this dev interview, 22 minutes long, just for kind of expectation. I am going to stop at certain segments and kind of digest them and then kind of go from there. Normally I would let something like this play and then we go back and do it, but it's 22 minutes. So I don't want to, like, you know, do 22 minutes and then go back and talk about some different things. So we're just going to kind of increase this. I think they're probably going to talk in segments. So we'll kind of talk about each segment as it goes. But I won't try to talk too much over them, even though it's going to be in a different language and they're going to subtitle it. I didn't need one of those plushies. Yo, first off, let's talk about the damn drip here. Look at my boy dripped out and Rexcellent.
Hello， 漂泊者们好，真的
It's
是
here
好久没
too.
有和大家见面了。
Dong's
我是
dripped
说
out.
话，欢迎大家收看这次的明朝开发组特别对谈。那么这次节目呢，我们也是邀请到了2位重量级的嘉宾，欢迎2位。Hello， 大家好，我是
Rexcellent, damn. Oh, wait, so he, Sandfish is also a content creator? So this is actually super
我们也是邀请到了2位重
interesting.
量级的嘉宾，欢迎2位。Hello， 大家好，我是 Rex。
ACG content creator, Twitch partner. I like how they put his statistics up there. More than a game expert. No, so I think okay, so I think it's interesting, and this is one of the best things. Honestly, bro, as somebody who used to cover PGR so exclusively, I think it's so amazing that Kiro Games is opening up the fact that they're really caring about the content creators, because having Rexcellent on here is such a good move. As it, I feel like it inspires other content creators, bro. I feel like it does. Like, at least for me, I'm like, damn, bro, that's so cool that, like, he's on here. He's such a dedicated dude to, like, the Kiro Games stuff. So seeing him here and kind of getting rewarded for the fact that he's put in so much work, I don't know. I feel like it's cool. 那么也是刚好借着新一次的这一轮测试启动的这么个节点，好好聊一些大家都非常关注的问题。同时，我们也非常想和大家分享一下明朝到底在过去这一段时间里发生了怎样的变化。
其实我最好奇还是明朝项目组内部是怎么看待上一次的测试。
Oh wait, so is this going to be kind of like a thing where these guys ask the dev like specific questions and stuff like that? So that's pretty interesting. That's a cool dynamic. I like that because obviously they're the most like connected with the community, so they're going to have like some of the hard-hitting questions, including both positive and negative comments.
项目组是怎么看待这些声音的呢？
Okay.
我们开发组是非常在意跟重视漂泊者们的每一条反馈跟建议。
Amazing eating so good. I hope so, bro.
问卷反馈，我们也会主动到社区里面去看大家的留言跟讨论，比如说 B 站啊，比如说海外的 Discord 啊，所以测试期间那些比较有争议、闹得沸沸扬扬的点，我们其实全部都看到了。
那当时项目组是不是也承受着比较大的压力？
确实，在测试末期，我们整个开发组的情绪都是比较低落的。一方面，我们确实通过反馈看到了我们一些做的不是很好的，或者说有问题的地方。另外一方面，我们也会每一条评论的去看。那看得越多，我们就想得越多，同时就会更加的焦虑。其实那段时间是比较难熬的。
Wait, isn't Dong like jacked out of his mind? I think I just saw a picture the other day where he's like jacked out of his mind. I'm quite into Wuthering ways, artistic themes, and gameplay.
非常感谢你的认可。其实也有挺多漂泊者对明朝的大方向表示了认同和赞扬。
I mean, Rexland's the guy to have on here to really give him like some crucial stuff.
非常认真的去看待。对，也是因为有
Yeah, I mean, let's just take a real quick second. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I think Kiro Games has done a 180 in terms of being open to community. That is so wild to me. Not only are they doing amazing with the marketing of Wuthering Waves, I think that the fact that they're taking this feedback is something that I've very rarely seen in devs, and not just gotcha devs, like devs in general. The fact that they were taking this so seriously, and like we took all the feedback, and even like some of this stuff has to suck for them a little bit because they spend so much time and effort on just certain things. And then if they get feedback like, oh, this kind of sucks, it's like, well, that kind of sucks for the dev team because they're like, oh, I just spent a lot of time doing this. So for them to kind of go back and take that seriously and maybe kind of redo some different things that they worked really hard on to do out of feedback for the community, to me, that means it's like they're not bullheadish in the fact that they think that they're always right. It's like, okay, well, you know, obviously we spent a good amount of time in this, but if the community is saying it's bad, then we got to kind of trust that and we got to go with that. So I think that they did, like, I'm not saying PGR is in a bad spot, but it used to be kind of like, especially for global, it didn't seem like Kiro was pretty like on board with content creators or like feedback and stuff like that because it was on a tight schedule. I kind of had to follow everything that CN did. And it still kind of has to do that, but I feel like there's a more leniency now with PGR and especially with Wuthering Waves. So it's cool that they built it from the ground up with the idea that they're going to present it to all these markets and take all this feedback from all those markets, which I think is very, very important. Just wanted to mention that because I feel like not enough devs do it.
OK， 那么说完客套话，
Oh, guys, like, cut to the chase.
那就是在这近1年的时间里，明朝究竟做了些什么改动和调整呢
Damn, dude.
我可以先简单说个结论，就是几乎每个模块、每个之前有讨论到的争议问题点， 我们都是做了优化的。比如说，可以先说一说我们的场景美术。之前我们比较高频听到的一个反馈就是明朝的场景
color palette of the open world is too dull，
甚至会有些太压抑了。
作为玩家，我其实很喜欢末世风的，但是也是希望可以看一些不同的氛围。
当然，场景美术一直是我们项目持续在做的一个重点内容。首先基础的一个场景滋长，
new gameplay, we haven't seen this part。
我们的渲染表现是一直持续在做的，保有明朝场景的一种厚重质感的同时，提升了我们的一个观感跟手绘感，让整个画面会看起来更加舒适。
Hand-painted details
会对场景做一个更加细致的氛围分级，比如说比较危险的区域，或者说比较重点的剧情区域，我们的整个场景氛围会有更强烈的一个氛围表达，以及更强烈、更厚重的一个质感。那再比如说城镇或者比较安全的区域。
Oh my God. Okay, that is such a smart move. So if you didn't catch that, basically it was saying like on more intense battle focused moments that are driven by the story, it's obviously going to have this like nice ambiance and it's going to be a little bit more intense. Like you're going to feel like it's an intense fight and an intense situation. But if you're in the city, you're going to feel like you're at home and kind of at this like nice, vibrant atmosphere. That's what I was sensing in the CBT thing, because there were certain things where you had like fog and some different like places that looked a little bit more dull, but like when you get into the city, it looks like very homey. Like this looks very homey. It looks like there's life here. Looks like there's settlements here. Damn, they did a really good job at capturing that. Even like that was really good too.
更长时间的一个体验，也不会说觉得疲劳。对，然后最后其实我们也对我们整个画面的写实度进行了一定的下调，为了把我们明朝的这种动画感给做出来，对，我们在调色上也会去参考一些比较优秀、有代表性的一些动漫作品
，animation series，
画面的质感往动画片的方向靠一靠，希望玩家在玩这个游戏的时候就跟看动画片一样，会更加的舒适，更加的吸引人的眼球。
那像这种画面调整是会同步到全平台上吗？
当然，全平台一直也是我们项目在攻克的一个命题之一，对。然后我们也会去确保这个视觉在每一个平台上的一个统一性。
确实，相比之前。
So this is definitely going to be next gen. So basically, I don't know. I seen something floating around that they're apparently going to do it on PlayStation 5. Was that ever confirmed? Because if so, that obviously means like, I mean, based on just that dialogue alone, that definitely means it's going to be like on PC and mobile. We already knew that, but PlayStation 5 would also make sense. Because every gacha that's modern at this point is coming out on PlayStation 5, because even Infield is. So it's like, that was a good question. That was a good question to say, like, is this all going to be like fluid between the different versions of it? Which I think is great that they have stuff like the PlayStation 5 to work on, because I feel like it's such a better platform for them to be able to express their stuff. versus like the PlayStation 4 and
明显能
stuff.
看
It's
到
it's really
这
nice.
次的场景里多了更多那种明亮的氛围，以及渲染的效果也让人觉得更加舒适了，有了很大的提升。
作为玩家，下一个测试服会再有
Any new content? Okay, that's what I wanted to
在场景
see.
方面，我们当然也有挺多新的内容的。
Excellent, it's asking the
首先是
questions,
对
bro.
我们这次追加
Yeah,
的
I
比如说
saw that too. The realistic color or the weather changes and stuff. We noticed that with the rain and like kind of
或者
the,
说
the
阴天
clouds
或
and
雷雨
stuff.
天这样的一些常规天气，然后
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Look at those clouds, dude.
比如说
So we didn't really get to see the clouds and stuff. So we have like he's saying that this is kind of like the Milky Way, which is really cool. Like look at these clouds during this thunderstorm,
这样的一
dude.
些常规天气。
Oh, those are so cool.
我们也会去做
Even
一
this
些
nice little area is
明朝
cool
世
too.
界特有的意象天气。那这些意象天气，它一般会结合着剧情的关键节点，
I'm liking
或者
that.
说我们一些比较特殊的景观一起配合出现。那看到这种意象天气，过去这个地方一般代表就会有对应的一些体验内容。对，那除了天气之外，其实我们对我们游戏里面的一些重点景观也进行了一些定制的设计。拿无光之声来举例吧，比如无光之声里面的这些树木。
Oh my God. All the trees now have individually designed appearances. Look at that, dude. Oh my gosh, look at the lighting on that. They totally went in on that shading and the different shadows and stuff like that. He was not messing around.
单独设计
That
过
look,
的
oh my gosh, look at that too. As you kind of creep in, it kind of moves as your like, you know, perception is changing.
然后像中间这样一棵很大很特别的一棵树木呢，其实也是从概念。
Sorry, I'm
甚至到
pausing so
最
much. A
终
lot of
都
this
是
is new to me, like
全
these
新的
little
一套资
scenes.
产，然后也会在这里
New
有一些
gameplay and
比较
quests.
不一样的体验内容。
Oh, about the tree
然
specifically.
后最后除了开放世界内容，其实我们也还有新追加一些副本内容。对，比如说这一次测试可以玩到一些角色副本。
Okay, so we get more
那副本
dungeons.
里
I think we
面
only have like
我
one
们
or
地球想要
two.
达到的就是从故事、从场景
Oh,
氛
they're
围
tied to
从
specific
玩法
characters and their
达到一个
side
更统一
stories?
的融合。对，那在副本里面，我们也会去追求能给玩家带来视觉冲击的一些体验。
说完美术上的优化，我们也该来聊一聊剧情了。毕竟上
God, these guys are
把
just
明朝这个
relentless,
风
bro.
显的也就是这一部分。
说到这个，在海外区，我看到有一些讨论。
Yeah, so before he says anything, I do think that a lot of people were pretty critical of the actual story of it. I did personally like the dynamic at the beginning where nobody kind of trusted Rover. I thought that that was more unique in comparison to a lot of the different gachas we've seen where it's just kind of like, all right, this guy's just a cool dude. Let's kind of hang out with him. Like a lot of people were very like, who the hell is this guy and what the hell are they doing? Like I really do feel like they're a little bit too lenient on, you know, the Rover, or not the Rover, but they're a little bit too lenient in terms of like other people whenever you compare it to like other games. Whereas in the Rover, they're just like, what the hell do you want, dude? So I did like that, but a lot of people said it was a little bit too aggressive and a little bit too, unfriendly or whatever the hell you want to say. But yeah, I felt like that was kind of a cool flavor to it. So I hope that they added kind of a less aggressive version of that, but still had that kind of hesitant, like, ooh, who the hell is this person? What the hell are they doing? So I hope they kind of kept that. But other than that, I do understand the needing to rewrite some of the different stuff because it was a little bit of a drag at the beginning because it really did feel like you were just kind of like moving from point A to B and there wasn't too much flow to everything past the point of like, getting kind of reamed and yelled at as being the person, showing up out of nowhere.
有反对的，
Oh man.
是好奇明朝的开发队会有什么看法吗？还是什么改变吗？
如果要彻底的调整剧情，对于一款重内容的2次元游戏来说，无疑是一个非常艰难的决定，因为那意味着我们要把已经完成的
Yeah, that would have been hard.
动线、演出、配音等等这些资产全部推翻重来。但是在看到上一次测试的反馈以及我们综合评估之后，我们意识到这是一件不改不行的事情，只有刮骨疗伤，从头再来。
Completely revise the storyline?
虽然暂时没有办法跟大家同步剧情的一个改动之后是怎么样子的，当然可以简单跟大家说一下。目前我
Wait, what am I reading that? 90% of the story has been completely rewritten. 90%? Oh my God, imagine putting that much effort. Like he said, he had voice acting, he had performances, he had different stuff signed up and ready. He had stuff recorded because there was a couple different places in the CBT1 that they did have voice acting and some different lines and stuff like that. They pretty much literally took 90% of that based on what he's saying and just was like, okay, we're going to listen. If that's not dedication to what the community is saying and based on feedback, I don't know what is. To completely overhaul 90% of your story because of the fan base was just like, this isn't enough. that to me is dedication, that they are working to make something really authentic and really community driven, because you don't just do that if you're a developer and put money and time and resources into stuff like that. Because like, even if they're, you know, a somewhat bigger company and have some good success and stuff like that, money's not unlimited. Like, it costs money to do that kind of type of stuff, and like they have to get writers and rework stuff and doing all that different stuff. But like, yeah, they're literally just like, this is necessary. We don't really like, you know, want to redo everything and do that kind of stuff, but if it is something that's going to move us forward, I just think that's so amazing to me. Even though it's kind of disheartening to hear, because it's like, it's sad for like the developers and the writers who kind of like spend a lot of time on it and have to rework on it, but it does give us a glimpse on why we have kind of not seen anything for the past 9 months. Literally what this is titled, what we've been doing in the last 9 months. That gives us a perception of why it's been taking this long, because they're not just sitting here and pushing stuff out and there's like, whatever, you know, whatever. They're taking all this feedback very, very seriously on CBT1 especially, and they're obviously doing a lot of different things. So 90% is such a vast amount of it. Now, we don't know how much of it was actually written past the CBT1. I don't know how much of the storyboard and all that different stuff that they actually did progress after that, but I imagine it was quite a bit. They definitely probably have like what they think is going to be like, not the ending of the game, obviously, but like, you know, the wrap up of the, you know, first arc or whatever the hell you want to call it. But yeah, so they definitely had a good chunk of this, especially even the CBT1. They had, I don't know, man, I played like what, 5-ish hours of like story and stuff like that. No, I mean, I personally thought it was like a little slower and stuff, but like, it's kind of wild. Well, that's the thing. I've never heard devs in general do that. That's like a huge thing. Like, I don't even know any devs that are just like, I'm just going to complete the overhaul. That's kind of wild. So yeah. So 90%, that's proof to me, dude. That's really impressive. Yeah, that's an impressive percentage.
代表着有许多其他资源也进行了迭代。
没错，包括台本、配音。
Oh, they even did the quest restructuring.
一部分的美术资产。甚至所有的演出资源
and all the cinematics. That means that they completely overhauled everything. Like, it looks like anyway that they're not even reusing like animations and cinematics from stuff. They're like, okay, well, we're just gonna redo this whole entire thing, which we kind of seen at the beginning, because this beginning is a complete rework or Jesus, I can't talk. A complete reanimation of it is what I was trying to say, but apparently I'm too stuck up on my words. But yeah, this whole front part was like a different intro that we've seen. Brand new storyline.
我们的思路呢是从底层设定开始迭代，包括世界观的一个改动和扩写，角色人设的一个优化和调整，包括主线。
Yeah, so that's another thing I felt like they were kind of lacking on. Was the character backstories. I didn't really feel connected to anybody at any particular time at the beginning, because of kind of how surface level everything very seemed like. It was very like surface level stuff that they kind of presented. Of course, it was a CBT1, so I wasn't really like, you know, hurt on it, or I wasn't really expecting too much, because like obviously they kind of work on it, but it looks like they kind of noticed that and they were like, okay, well, we need to kind of dig into these characters a little earlier on, because you want to establish these connections like pretty much when you meet them, you know, you want to give a reason why people care. Okay, so they just took it all.
破釜沉舟，并且有些大胆的决定，因为留给我们剧情调整的时间只有半年多的时间，但他要赶上其他模块已经做了将近。
Oh, okay. So when we've been developing the game for over 2 to 3 years, so they put 2 or 3 years worth of work into before the CBT1, got the CBT1, and then reworked a ton of shit in 6 months. That's wild. That means they basically did what took them like 2 or 3. Well, let's just say about like a year and a half to 2 years. Because obviously they could still use some of the characters and stuff like that. That basically means that they cut their production and development time to be able to do this stuff before the CBT2 in like half. They pretty much like ultra geared it into 6 months, and they cooked the hell out of 90% of revived story or I almost said revived. Why I wanted to say that, but revamped story. That's why.
其实很难描述这段时间团队所承受的压力，但我们知道我们在做一件正确的事情，所以也借此机会吧，也想跟漂泊者们致歉。
Oh, he's apologizing. You gotta do that.
体验当中给大家带来了不好的体验，辜负了大家的一些期待。
作为玩家，我觉得蛮感动的，因为
100% Rexcellent. Rexcellent needed to be here. This is such a Rexcellent is the community. He is the person that he represents like the average player or viewer and stuff. Him being here and he's speaking, at least to, like in my regard, I agree on 100% with what Rexland's saying here when he says, I feel moved as a player to see the devs put so much effort in. This is one of those things where it makes you like, yeah, the game looks great. It looks like it's a lot of fun. It looks like it's going to be a blast. It looks like it's going to be challenging, but these are the type of things that you want to see from a dev. Like you will put your heart and soul into something if a dev is like this. You'll kind of wait for them to cook. You'll let them do the things that they need to do to get this game out. If they're communicative, he's apologizing for a bad experience. CBT1 was fun as hell, had some cool things. The story's a little lackluster. Some of the animations were a little, needed to be adjusted, but it was a CBT1 and bro was over here apologizing, saying, hey, if you had a negative experience at all, I'm sorry. We're working really hard to make it better. And it's like, what? Most of the time they would say, hey, take what you get from CBT1 and shove it up your, we're going to do what we want. We're going to proceed, with a minor adjustments. And, not all games take no feedback. Honkai Star Rail also took a little bit of feedback from CBT1, revamped a little bit of their story, but not 90% of it. It was like a little bit of an adjustment to the beginning and kind of like an adjustment to how people talked, but it wasn't really like a revamp of the entire story. So that's just wild, dude. The fact that he's apologizing, like, I don't know. Yeah, don't be sorry, bro. You're producing an amazing game, but I mean, maybe he feels bad. Maybe he feels like there was just, it's crazy. What's up? What's up, Zeki? T-Rack? But no, I think it's important that Rexland being here, and I think they knew that. I think that they knew that Rexland would represent the community and most of the players, and I think it's just really cool that they brought him on. I don't know. I admire that really.
那制作组预期新的剧情可以给玩家带来什么样的感想？
只有一句话，希望你们喜欢。
And honestly, maybe this is a respect thing that they do in their culture, but I like that he's not talking to Rexland and Sand when he's saying this stuff. When he's saying stuff that's supposed to be to us, like he's giving their full attention here. But when he addresses this, he's addressing us and he's looking direct. Like I'm kind of a big person on eye contact. I think it's really respectful. And I think it's a phenomenal that he's not like looking kind of around the room and he doesn't seem like nervous. He actually seems like I'm taking accountability, even though, it's not just him. He has, other people kind of playing in the field and kind of helping him and obviously making stuff work, but he's taking like sole accountability as the person that's heading this project. I don't know. That speaks wonders, but maybe it's a cultural thing that they do that, but yeah, it's fun.
我们现在可能还有挺多不足的地方。但是我们会坚持一点一点把它做好，也很欢迎所有的漂泊者来给予我们反馈和建议。明朝会一直保持聆听，保持进步。
其实，在这过去大半年时间里，虽然明朝没有推出太多的实际演示，但我还是有在很多线下展会见到他的身影。
Yeah, I've noticed that. They've been at a lot of places.
德国的科隆游戏展、日本的 TGS、
marketing, they're doing the right thing.
这些展台前都是人头涌动，非常的热闹。 通过这些展会的物料，我也发现一件事情，似乎明朝的角色也一直在进行着改动，是吗？
对，我在克隆的 Gamescom 也发现到那个泱泱的 cosplayer 已经有新的调整了，还有白纸在 TGS， 想问一下，还有别的相关角色的调整吗？
好，那接下来就让我给大家介绍一下我们角色相关的一些调整吧。
Yeah, they've been doing phenomenal on the redesigns.
所有的共鸣者都增加。
Oh, they have more idle stuff. Okay.
待机动作这些动作在这次测试当中，大家也可以去看到。其次呢，我们对所有的共鸣者模型都进行了一个从头到脚的迭代。包括面部的细节。
Oh my God, she's completely changed. She was one of the characters that I actually got. She's a lot of fun. Oh wait, this actually just confirmed that he's also a, what is it, 5-star? I can't remember the highest. And Kakarot as well, and the new characters. So these are all, is it 5-star that's highest rarity? I can't remember, because obviously they don't use that in PGR. They use BAS ranks, but I can't remember if they use stars or BAS. I think they use 4 and 5 stars. I think these are 5 stars and these are 4 stars, if I remember correctly. But yeah, she's not completely reworked. She still has that kind of like characteristic of her face, but she definitely has like a new headband and a whole new, like, she definitely looks way more earthy, I feel like, in comparison. Look at our girls. They're gonna click her. Oh, they are. Oh yeah, bro. I also got her too. Damn, she got reworked as well. Look at that. She has a cool little outfit now. And she has a little hairpin.
体型等等进行了优化迭代。
Oh, don't show me the go. Don't show me the go. His design was already perfection anyway. If anybody needs like no redesign, it's our boy. This guy is like perfection. Yeah, 4 or 5 star. Okay. He was like top notch design from day one. Like whoever designed this guy, A+.
模型迭代的
Kakarot is pretty cool too. I mean, I kind of have a sucker for like the kind of tight like combat fit. I think it's really cool. It's like aesthetically pleasing. Like it seems really, really engaging, I guess.
迭代升级。
Like he kind of has it too, but he has that nice little flow drip to him.
那我们进行
Kakarot's just badass, bro. Damn, the way they do male characters, PGR knows how to cook with waifus and husbandos.
这么3个点。
And so, oh, I've seen him for like 2 seconds. I wanted to kind of look at him. Oh, so he's Frost.
我们进行模
Let's
型
see. And I think it's Void. I can't remember what the sign for that was. Dark, something like that.
主要思路考虑的是这
So we kind of saw a little bit of his stuff.
么3个点。第一
So yeah, he got reworked
个
completely.
就是更加希望他们更加贴合人设，第二个就更加匹配多平台的战斗。
Oh, okay.
第三个
Okay.
就是更加贴合曲线的一个优美程度。
Is Yin Len the new
每
character?
一次修改都意味着我们的幕后需要去
The brawler lady?
一套几百个动作的进行套修。那这样一件事情其实
Hundreds of
对我来说
animations,
是一个
wow.
比较大的工程。
有什么具体的迭代可以举例介绍
Yes,
一下
Rexlon
吗？
ask. I want to see
迭代的
specifics.
点小的或大的都有啊，小的点更多就是进行了服装的一个调整跟体型的调整，比如说可以看到我们的泱泱，它的服装
And her
效果
attire and body.
服装设计，还有
Oh,
它
her
的
bow
身
looks
体都
different, I
进
think.
行了一次优化调整。那再比如说我们的主角漂泊者，漂泊者也进行了一个服装的重新设计，现在漂泊者的服装会看上去更加干。
Look neater in their outfits. Oh, they definitely kind of do. They adjusted the color scheme a little bit, didn't they? I don't think they were this gray. This is kind of a nice gray. Maybe I don't remember that.
干净利落
哦
举个例子
Electro is violet. Oh, so Yin Len is the electric crazy lady, right?
我们给设计成了靴子
Leggings and
那也
boots
更
with
适合
more
漂泊
lightweight
者
and
这
practical
种
look.
日常行动的一个轻便的设定。
更大的迭代呢，就像白纸那样吗？
是的，
Yeah,
白纸
change
现
her
在已经
name.
有了全新的外形设计，除了新的黑色与墨绿色渐变的发色之外，它还换上
Yeah, they made a couple of
更有质感
adjustments to
更有
her.
设计感的新服
They
装
adjusted her
有弹
character
背后
quite a
图案也
bit.
进行了一个重新的
They
设
also
计。
changed her name.
希望漂泊者们能喜欢白纸
I like her
的
new
一个新
design.
造
I think
型
it's cool. I like the gradient of her
所有
hair.
角色，您可以再透露一些新的角色吗？
Yes, new
当然
characters.
可以啦。这次测试漂泊者们不只能接触到一名新角色哦。那这里先跟大家介绍一名吧。库洛作为一家来自广东的公司，我们对醒狮的文化其实是有一些感情在的。
Lion dancing. Okay, so it's really a part of their
我们把
culture.
醒狮文化融入到明朝的世界当中去。那么基于我们这样的一个愿景
Damn,
下
he's actually
诞生了
really
一个
cool.
新
I
角
actually like
色
his design.
羚羊
Oh, his
羚
name's
羊的背景
Ling
故事其实
Yang?
跟醒狮
Okay.
文化息息相关，在战斗设计
Oh,
上，
he's kind of a brawler
我们
too.
也把舞狮的动作
Oh my god, he stepped on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was such a cool little thing. Hold on.
那么基于我们这样的
He
一个
steps
愿
on
景下所诞
drums
生的一个新角
to
色羚羊
progress.
羚羊的背景故事其实跟醒狮文化息息相关，在战斗设计上，我们也把
Oh wait, you can hear it. I don't know if you can
动作
you can
和
hear
红绳
it.
的元素给
The
融入了
drums.
进去。那么在这次测试当中，大家就可以体验到这名新角色了。
但是不止一个角色嘛，可以再介绍多一位吗？
One more resonator,
OK，没有
please.
问题。还有一名会出现在测试里的新角色，叫做剑心。剑心
Oh, I don't know how to say that. How the hell do you say that name? Damn it, chat. Another name I don't want to be able to
还有
say.
一名会出现在测试里的新角色，叫做剑。
Jian Chin? Is that how you say that? Yeah, they have English translation. Jian Yin Chin? I always forget how to say. Maybe I can look it up. Maybe it'll tell me.
Jiangxin.
Jianzin?
Jiangxin.
Jianzin?
Jiangxin.
Come on. He says her name? Okay. Whenever somebody of like the culture says their name, they say it so fast that I can't ever.
OK，没有问题。还有一名会出现在测试里的新角色，叫做剑心。
See, he says it so fast. How am I supposed to know that? Dian Shin? Dian Shin? You know, I don't know. Because like when somebody says it in their culture, obviously they're so like used to saying it. I feel like they say it so fast.
没有问题。还有一名会出现在测试里的新角色，叫做剑心。剑心表面上是在荆州茶馆里， 打工的一名小道士。其实他是
She looks phenomenal
师
though.
傅的任务
Martial
入
arts
世修行的
master. Okay.
风靡全场人啊，他就使得一手阴阳异色的太极招式。太极讲究接化发。
Oh, returning the. Oh wait. So she's.
格挡招式啊，希望给玩家带来
Oh, I like
一防一
that.
体的战斗体验。好的，那么
So she's a balance of attack and defense. It sounds like.
去体验这名新角色。
关于角色美术，我也想问一点，因为我一直在关注明朝的社区嘛。从社区外放的视频看，其实很多角色的功技、技能特效也有调整吗？
其实我们一直
Yeah, seems like she's very counter-based. Do high damage.
跟战斗体验
Multiple platforms during this
在这一
time.
段时间，我们对角色的技能特效，包括镜头表现，也做了比较多的优化。比如说，大家可以看一看像漂泊者的共鸣解放的一个对比。再比如可以看到我们纪言的共鸣解放的对比，其实我们都是做过了优化调整。
Oh, so they did change it. Okay, I was gonna say.
模组上，像基础的跑步行为啊、极限闪避啊、逆势回击之类的。
Oh, they even have the parry and evasions differently. It's a little quicker.
就是让大家在每个平台上都能体验到
Looks a lot
比较
better.
好的动作战斗体验。
哇
Running looks really good
很
too.
喜欢，尤其是纪言的大招。
既然说到
这样
战斗技能，那也是时候来聊一聊明朝里的动作系统。
上一次的测试中，我会觉得正品可能有过于频繁了，反而体验不是很好。不知道有优化吗？
当然有。其实，在上一次测试之后呢，我们也一直在密切的关注这个问题。针对这个问题，我们主要做了3个方向的优化。首先，我们调整了正频的震动幅度和震动
Oh, it
频率
definitely shakes way
加
less.
入了分级的配置和曲线过渡。让正频会更加柔和一些。
Yeah, it was almost too much. Back when the CBT won, you almost like it was kind of hard to dodge things because everything was shaking so much.
最后，其实我们在基础性能的优化上也一直在做迭代。现在在战斗当中的一个帧率会更加的稳定一些。
有个问题，明朝的战斗拥有很强的机动
I have
性。
to understand the tone marks. Okay, that's probably why I always miss
还有
it.
画面的频繁变化。
Because I get the same thing when it comes to like JP subs.
还遇到挺多的。
I'm trying to remember how to say people's
没
names
错
in
这个问
anime.
题其实也是我们一直在关注的。那在这次测试当中，大家也可以看到我们阶段性的一个优化成果。那这个问题其实我们主要做了这么几个优化。首先是优化了镜头的一个锁定逻辑，解决了非常多的一个丢锁情况。现在
Oh, thank God, dude. Locking on was almost like useless in CBT1, not gonna lie. It was so hard to follow the monster.
去定制镜头的跟随。 让画面当中都能一直关
Okay, great. So I was like, God dang, dude. Whatever. On CBT1, it was rough trying to follow.
印象深刻。
I pretty much always just didn't have it locked on.
中，通过频繁的切换公民者触发 QTE 机制，能让战斗节奏变得十分舒适。这个机制目前还有保留吗？
当然有保留。QTE 机制是明朝战斗非常重要的一个组成部分，我们现在称之为延奏技能和变奏技能。 那么在战斗中，你可以积攒共鸣能量，在共鸣能量
This is QTE stuff.
你就可以通过切人触发下场角色的演奏技能以及上场角色的变奏技能。那这2个技能会让整个战斗变得更加的流畅以及爽快。那当然，每一个共鸣者的演奏技能和变奏技能都是单独进行设计的。这么做的一个目的是希望漂泊者们能在战前会有更加自由的一个配对策略。那在战斗当中，则可以专注于联携战斗本身，以及与怪物的一个战斗交互。
其实战斗部分算得上是明朝的一个强项了。玩家们既可以通过一系列简单的操作就打出酷炫的连招，同时游戏里也保留了一些细腻的操作空间。其实我还挺好奇的，明朝在这一部分有做出什么新的突破吗？
其实我们的目标一直是想要，不管是否热衷于动作。
If it's one thing that I'm not really worried about, it is the combat in Wuthering Waves. It was already really good in CBT1, and it sounds like they made a lot of adjustments to the QTEs, which was personally one of the things that they kind of lacked on is the flow and like fluidity of it, which it sounds like they actually did a pretty good amount of changes to the actual animations and the screen as well as the lock on. And then the QTE seems like it got revised a little bit to be a little bit better. But I honestly thought that each character felt very unique and the overall play experience was a lot of fun. It was really fun to do the parries, dodges, and just be able to kind of switch between the resonators that you had. So I think like out of all the things that I was worried about, combat wasn't really ever one of them, but it's nice that they took that. You could switch with the cooldown. That's what it was. That's why I was so like slower, right? Because you had like that cooldown. Okay. It's been a long time since we played CBT1, or at least it seems like that. So it's definitely way more flowy because you're not restricted to that. It was kind of more like you're restricted to, let me watch this again. Seems like you're more restricted to your actual bar of like, you know, switching between people because you obviously want to get your bar ready to do the QTE. Yeah, so the cooldown's completely gone. Oh, okay, that's actually really cool. Yeah, that was one of the things, like, it's nice to see the fact that it's like, that's such a small improvement, but I feel like it's such a big, like, help. And the fact is, like, combat's obviously their strong suit because PGR is, like, insane with combat, but they're still taking the time to, like, refine it and make it a little bit better.
其实战斗部分算得上是明朝的一个强项了。玩家们既可以通过一系列简单的操作就
Oh, wait. The system's gone? Oh, I just noticed there is no bar at the bottom. Oh, no, it's there. It's right there. My damn bar moves. It looks like it's still there. Because like that's the bar for it. Down there's the little light thing. And then you'd get that, and then you'd QT or do your ult. Yeah, it's still there. I don't think it's up here because usually it would be like right here. There'd be a floating one. Oh wait, that's just a quirk passive, isn't it? The actual thing was over here, wasn't it? Oh, because that's what you do to swap into their character. So this one is the passive. Oh no, because that was their skills down here. Like the passive stuff was the bar down here, and then the actual like Sorrento. I can't remember how to say it. That was this little thing right here, right? Yeah. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, no, you're right. You're right. The bar down there is like their passive and stuff. Oh, it's kind of interesting that they didn't mention that. Let's go right here.
同时，游戏里也保留了一些细腻的操作空间。其实我还挺好奇的，明朝在这一部分有做出什么新的？
I wonder what they decided to do then.
我们的目标一直是想要，不管是否热衷于动作游戏的玩家，都可以比较快的上手明朝的
For gamers of
动
all
作战
levels.
斗，以及体验到明朝动作战斗的一个爽感。那基于这个目标，我们也一直在连招上面，包括手感上面进行持续的迭代优化。
Yeah, this is before, but she's fun as hell to play, by the way. The gun resonators are so fun.
优化大家也可以体验到赤霞的一个滑场技能。
Oh, it's definitely more
移动射击了，就不会像之前那么
seamless. Yeah, that's the word I was
说到
thinking
战
of.
斗，那也不得不提之前的深海
Echoes, let's go, bro. This is like my favorite part.
玩法应该还有不少想说的吧？
没错，明朝世界的
Yeah, you weren't in it as long, and it definitely didn't seem like you slid back as far.
战斗所使用，他们不仅能够提供数值
Echoes are pretty
提升
cool. I like this
还能够
aspect.
成为各种各样可以在战斗中使用的独特深海技能。
既然之前已经说了那么多的改动，相信这个深海系统应该也有了不小的进化。
没错，首先我们全面优化了深海技能的战斗表现，不仅变得更加华丽了，现在也会更加的流畅。这里给大家展示一下飞廉之星的深海技能，大家可以看一下对比。
Oh, hold on, I gotta rewatch
飞
that.
廉之星的更加华丽了，现在也会更加的流畅。这里给大家展示一下飞廉之星的深海技能，大家可以看一下对比。
Yes, dude. Okay, this is what I was hoping. It really did feel like I liked the Echo system, but it felt like they were kind of like an afterthought when it came to like implementation of like in combat stuff. Like whenever you had this one, no offense to this shit, but oops. This was kind of like didn't seem like worth the grab because like you do like one little attack and it kind of knocks it back. Like, all right, whatever. Like that seems like it doesn't really combo, or at least it didn't really feel like it comboed. But this is like a nice thing because it knocks him and then you change and you can kind of keep going. And the tracking looks better too. Yeah.
也将拥有更加特殊的功能，可以在战斗中起到对策的作用。比如这里吴冠则使用了一个红色预警的特殊技攻击。
You can summon an Echo to parry the attack now? Oh my god, they're adding so much versatility to the actual Echo itself. Oh my god, that is such a good improvement. Now it seems like it's even more functional and actually has a lot of like benefit to use the Echo. Because to me, it was always just kind of like something I did to extend a combo or to like kind of finish the combo. It's kind of like an afterthought or kind of maybe to even engage. So that's actually dope that you can use it for like actual different things, because if something's on cooldown or, you know, maybe you're just trying to like get in a different position or something like that, or in like that case, like Crownless being up in the air like that, it would have been kind of hard because you would have had to wait until he's like literally right in front of you landing to hit. And you have this huge window now that he's coming into versus having that smaller window when he's like right in your face to parry. So now you have this giant window to do it. Yeah, it also seems like echoes are just out longer. Right, TJ.
更好的输出空间。
They're just more part of the world.
新的小改动，一个是全新设计的深海
Ooh, the
界面
gallery. Oh, this is that is far better than what they had before. No offense to what they had before, but it was a little bit more like harder to navigate, in my opinion.
或者可以在这个界面当中看到专门设计的深海模型，能够像欣赏手办一样。
Ooh, wait, they're figurines? Oh, that's kind of dope. I like that monkey though. I don't think we saw him. I don't think we saw this little pufferfish either. Look at that dude. They're a little bit more unique. Look at this. God, that's such cool. Yeah, what's that one? Sekiro Dies Twice. Is that the one? Is that the game I'm thinking of where they had that giant like white monkey? It kind of reminds me of that. The turtle, bro. Let's go.
姑姑海豚变得那么可爱，很期待啊。
对，另外还有一个我们现在正在尝试当中的一个
A
玩法
new
功能
gameplay.
漂泊者们可以在广袤的世界探索或者玩法当中。
Oh, don't tell me there's shinies, bro. Don't tell me there's different variations, bro. What? There, I knew he was a little different color. I thought he was like a darker blue, but I thought maybe they just changed the overall color. I didn't know they just shinied him. Oh shit, chat. Oh no, bro. I'm gonna be shiny hunting. I'm gonna Nuzlocke.
接触到异象深海。
Oh, imagine you accidentally
外观呢与普通深海会有比
can't
较
get
大
it
的
or
差
something.
异，且更具有收藏的价值。那么获得异象深海，
You can show them to your friends during co-op
甚至
mode.
可以在联机当中展示给你的好友。
Damn, I get to show off my shinies in
喜欢收集的
co-op.
玩家真的是有福了。不过根据之前的测试，
Okay, so just in that little brief thing, they already made echoes way more useful. Not only can you parry with them, it looks like they're on the field a lot longer, which is also a cool thing. It makes it seems more like it's actually an extension of yourself versus just kind of like this afterthought of a hit or like maybe a little thing that you can do. And then on top of that, they made it even more collectible because collecting was already kind of fun to get all the different echoes. They added a couple of variations and they also added shinies. So now you actually have a reason to kind of get some of the ones that maybe you've got before, because now you can kind of check out where they spawn and kind of see if there's a shiny one there. So not only do you want to catch one just because you want to see it and then maybe level up. I think you had to feed echoes into echoes, right? To level them up. I can't really remember too much. But then you also get the shiny ones.
这个深海系统和数值的绑定似
That's
乎
cool.
比较紧密，会不会担心这给玩家带去比较重的养成？
Yeah, but that's the other thing I was just about to say.
结束之后，我们内部也是有计划的，想要去。
So the echoes are kind of hard to get. Like the chance for them to drop was
当中
kind of hard.
如果想要获取某种深海，只能到满世界去寻找
Yeah,
它
okay, there we go.
其实是一个相对比较折腾的过程。我们也收到了比较多的关于这方面的反馈。在初次获得该深海之后，就可以在无垠区里面概率获得了。
哦，
Oh, wait, they have a echo farm? Is that what I just read?
该深海之后
Once you catch a certain type of echo, you can get more copies of it by challenging the attack-in
在无
fields.
垠区里面概率获得了。
哦，
Oh, it's like a little farming
就是
area.
可以在固定的玩法当中复刷获得。
Holy hell, bro. You can farm them now. I mean, okay, that kind of negates the reason to go catch them other than the shiny, but that does make it a lot easier because it was tedious. That was like one of the things that I felt like was going to be very like end-game tedious is min-maxing some of your echoes, then having to go out there and find like all the different ones. So yeah, consume stamina only. That's pretty good though.
另外，在深海的搭配方面，我们也对过去
Simplified the
深海
echo
套
sets.
装效
Oh,
果
a
进
set
行了一个
effects
简化
rather.
现在的一个搭配逻辑相对会更加简单一些。我们采用了类似 tag 的一个装配方式。那这种方式，深海之间的
Oh, okay. So you can set it by exactly like what you want, like element type, and then like what you want it to do.
搭配策略会更加的自由。
那就像刚才提到了，玩家可以在明朝的开放世界里面四处跑动去收集深海。那除此之外，还有什么内容是供玩家们探索的吗？特别是按照之前的反馈，不少玩家都希望在这个世界中能够
The node ones are stamina locks. The open world ones aren't. Okay.
获得更多和战斗相关的体验。
Then you need to have one before you can farm it. Okay. Well, yeah, but that's, you know, that's cool though. Cause like as you're exploring the open world, obviously you'd want to find the echo cause like it's cool to see a new one, but you wouldn't want to keep going to the same spot over and over again cause you're trying to like min-max an echo or something. So it's kind of cool that you're able to farm them. Cause like obviously catching them for the first time is cool. Cause like it's first echo you've seen or like the first type of that you've seen. So you're like, oh damn, I kind of want to go over there and catch that. Like even if you're running to do something else and you see like a pack of the echoes or like one or two enemies and you're like, oh, I've never seen one of those before. I want to go catch one. That's cool. But I wouldn't want to like continuously or to try to remember where the hell I saw it or like some different areas for it, then have to kind of try to find where they're at.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
他们
headache
的反馈
after
其实
you've
我们
caught
都
it.
有收到，所以在这段时间
So to me, it really promotes just like exploring the world and being rewarded for finding new things, but without making it tedious that you found a new thing and now you have to kind of go back to that area over and over again. Because it's kind of like a chest. Like, you know, you scale this huge mountain and stuff, and then you get a chest. It's like it's super rewarding because you scaled this a huge mountain, which is fun, but you wouldn't want to scale the mountain like, you know, 3 times a day. Like TOF, whenever they had the time locked chests, you know how much of a burden it was to go into like a cool spot and you like scale a mountain or like a really tall building to get to a time locked chest, and it's like, come back in 24 hours. It's like, dude, I'm never gonna come back up here. Like, when am I ever gonna scale this building again? The reason I did that is because I knew that there was gonna be something up here to grab, and now that there's nothing to, like, I'm not coming back in 30 hours. I ain't coming back ever.
除了优化跟维护
Like, that was such a turnoff in TOF. Like, what the hell am I doing?
玩法和挑战型的玩法
I don't know if they still have
比如
that
说
though.
刚才有提到的无音区，现在每一个无音区都会有一个简单的 buff 设计，带来不一样的战斗体验。
Oh, so now they have
那么这
different
个
random
挑战
stuff
的玩
going
家
on.
呢，我们在地图里面投放了有更高难度的 BOSS 挑战。那么在你通关这个 BOSS 挑战
Big
之后，
boy.
甚至可以获得异象深海。
Oh, wait, what did
那
I
么在
say?
你
A special echo may drop upon completing the challenges. Oh, so you have scaling difficulty based on what you want to do. And then based on those scaling difficulties, you get more rewards. Actually, it looks like, so is this a guaranteed version of him? So if you beat this, you get guaranteed version of his echo. So that's basically what he was talking about, is if you beat some of the higher difficulties, unless this is like a % chance. It kind of looks like this is a guarantee though, which is cool. Cause like if you're going for a specific echo, means shiny drop. Oh, so maybe that's what it means. Like a variation might be like the higher the rare, or the higher the difficulty you do, maybe it has a better chance to get like a shiny or something like a little bit differently. That'd be kind of wild. But the fact that you can even get them, from what I understand of this, guaranteed, that's cool. Because like a lot of the cool echoes are probably stuck in some of these dungeons and stuff, and like some of these different I guess this is probably endgame, right? So yeah, so it kind of looks like if you want like one of these really cool ones, you can get rewarded by doing these. Boss raid or whatever. Oh my god, what was that? Wait, that's the monkey's attack? That's the monkey's attack. I thought it was his attack. I'm like, wait, when did he do that? Oh, they actually have kind of like a unique attack to him. Look at this guy. He summons 2 monkeys and then he's also about to attack. So not only does he displace you by doing these 2, he's about to, oh, and then he jumped back. He faked you out. Never mind.
这样看的话，玩家确实在明朝的开放世界里有了更多更充实的
I
内
was
容
about
可
to
以去
fake
体
out.
验。
没错，这也是我们一直在努力尝试的方向，让明朝世界的一个战斗浓度有所提升。OK， 我们聊了这么多了，其实到现在为止，我的心情一直都还是比较
Wait, what did you
OK
say? Honestly, I'm still kind of
其实到
nervous.
现在为止，我的心情一直都还是比较忐忑的。但我们深知，只有做好的游戏，才是玩家认同的根源。为了这
100%.
个目标呢，我们也会一直保持进步，不断的努力。
是，其实对于像明朝这样规格的项目，不论是去推翻重做一些东西，还是说保持不断新的尝试，它都既需要态度和勇气，同时也离不开去完成这些的能力，这些才是最宝贵的。
这也是我一直以来关注和喜欢明朝的原因。
谢谢谢谢，明朝其实还有蛮长的路要走的，但不管怎么样
What did you say?
谢谢谢谢，明朝其实还有蛮长
Still have a long way to go to make our game
的
better.
路要走的。
How
不
long?
管怎么样，希望每一个漂泊者都可以在明朝团队里，每一个同学认真做出了这个游戏里面玩得开心，获得快乐。我们也非常非常期待在阔别将近1年之后，和各位漂泊者们的再次相遇。
其实听完这些，我现在也蛮激动了，希望现在就能玩明朝啊。
没关系，我们很快就会在明朝的全新测试里面相见。
Ah, Rexland get a chance, bro. He's gonna do it. He's gonna be in there.
特别对谈节目就到此结束了，真的特别感谢2位嘉宾的到来，谢谢2位。
谢谢。
OK， 时间过得飞快，那我们就相约在明朝的全新一轮测试里面再见啦，拜拜，
拜拜。
Bye bye. Oh, they gotta do the dancing turtle. This is a shiny dancing turtle, is it not? Oh, damn, they're about to flex on us. Is this a shiny dancing turtle? Oh, it's not. It's Reggie. I don't have a ticket either. Oh, there he goes. Damn. Damn. You got shiny on him. They have different buffs if you equip it. Oh, so maybe you get like different buffs and stuff like that. Nah, man. I mean, that That was A+, bro. I think they knock it out of the park with these dev talks. Like usually, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Usually these dev talks, not from Wuthering Waves, but specifically from like other companies, they're boring. Like they have nothing really like. I mean, yeah, they're going over like some of the different content and stuff like that, but more importantly, they're usually kind of boring. But the fact is, they made this very engaging. They talked about the stuff that everybody was wanting to talk about. They're not beating around the bush on anything. They're like, here's all the concerns that you had. Here's ways we're fixing it. Here's like, you know, the story, the combat, the echoes. Like we heard all this different stuff. And like each moment I felt like they weren't trying to beat around anything. They were taking accountability and they were willing to answer some of the hard questions. Because let's be honest, Rexlant and Sand, let me see if I'm saying this guy's name right. Sandfish was pretty adamant about the way that they were asking these questions in a way that made it feel a little bit like pressure, but a little bit like a community concern about the future of a game that they're really invested in. So I really feel like the dynamic that they added these two guys to be the ones to kind of do the Q&A is really great because it represents the community. And I just felt like the dynamic between the parties here were just, it was nice. It was nice to see that they're kind of holding him accountable. And he's also kind of saying like, you know, we totally get it. And he's also taking accountability. So yeah. High chance the game will come out this summer since they're seeing certification will expire in October this year. Yeah, so whenever they did their CN stuff, doesn't that only work for a year, right? From when they published it or when they got it? The turtle's cooler than me. Anything is cooler than me, bro. But yeah, no, I have really high hopes for this, and I try to set my expectations for hypes and stuff like that because, I mean, you never really know, I guess, but at the very least, we know that Kuro's doing a lot of cool things with setting expectations, setting realistic guidelines, and kind of like letting us know what they're doing and what they're working on. Because it's nice to know, like, yeah, you know, it kind of sucks that for 9 months we really haven't seen much, but at least they're letting us know, like, here's what we've been doing, here's why it took that long, and kind of like, you know, where they're going from here. So I feel like it's really nice to see this kind of stuff. The dev talks and just like breaking it down was very, very good in my opinion. And definitely what we needed. I think that's what community needs to see, like where these type of games are going and what we're expecting to see. So they wouldn't want to do that. So it's not just the matter of like, oh, well, we'd have to repurchase like the licensing. It would be like, nah, bro, like we wouldn't be able to do anything for another year. And I mean, to be honest, if it was summer, I mean, that's still a long time. That's like what, another 6 months? It's like if we did it from today, January. Well, so they're probably going to have the CBT2 in the middle of February. So let's just go from there. So it's like, say they take it based on the feedback. So we have March, April, May, June, July. So they could do like a July, August. That gives them about 6-ish months from the middle of February-ish. And we've already seen what they've done in 6 months. Because they did all this rework and 90% of the story was reworked. We obviously seen the QTE animations reworked. We've seen combat animations reworked. We've seen character details reworked, revised and revamped artistic decisions. We've also seen the ecosystem be kind of revamped and the minis be revamped. All of that in 6 months, mind you. So if they had another 6 months to cook, that's probably adding all the VAs, getting all the story like finalized for like the first arc or so, because it is going to be a live service game obviously, so like they'll have a little bit of wiggle room there in terms of like what they're going to do next, and then probably just re-upping some of the criticisms and feedback based on CBT2, which I honestly think if they did all this stuff and they really implemented it, I don't think there's going to be a lot of negativity on feedback on CBT2. Probably just a little bit of glitches, bugs, maybe some feedback on the story, and then, you know, whatever else is in it, combat, some stuff like that. But honestly, I think what they decided to do is really just hone in and make CB22 like the best that they could possibly get. Oh yeah, maybe gotcha feedback too, because that wasn't really too prevalent in CBT1 because all the rates weren't finalized and all the different stuff, right? But so yeah, so maybe they do like that kind of stuff. And then, I mean, at that point, I mean, I don't know, let's get some feedback. So yeah, that might be the time scheme, honestly. So they'll probably just do February 2nd, or not 2nd, but February 7th for the cutoff. Probably like a week later, start the CBT. They'll probably run it for like a week or two. And then, yeah, they'll probably just go dark for probably till June. probably just release a couple of. So the expectation though is we're probably gonna get new Resonator showcases. So we're probably gonna get new ones for the 3 characters that we just saw. So we have Kakarot, however you say her name. Shin or whatever. Shinchi or Danshin. There we go. Danshin. And then we have did they say was it Langlin? Something like that. Whoever the little tiger guy was. So we get all 3 of those. So yeah. I mean, we're probably in the end game. Honestly, I feel like they're cooking, bro. And we're kind of in a spot where I feel like, you know, they're doing it good. But they do have the Project Wave thing, and I was part of it during CBT 1. I have reached out on Discord, and they said I would have to reapply since it's part of a different CBT. My expectations are that I would probably be able to get in because not much has changed since the last year. So I don't imagine that I, you know, fall out of it all of a sudden, but we never know. So hopefully we're able to get in and see what we can do from there. I'll showcase the game for the guys and girls that don't get in and kind of give our thoughts. Like, we'll be playing pretty heavily. We're also been pretty critical. Yeah, I heard that too, because basically they were mentioning in various different ways, different platforms and stuff. So it obviously makes sense that they're like hinting towards the fact that it was. I saw some people saying that it was for sure, but then I was like, I don't know. So yeah, we'll have to see. They'll probably do like an official announcement for that too, though. But I would imagine so, because like so many of these games now are coming out on, so many of these games are coming out on PlayStation 5. Because like even Infield's coming out on PlayStation 5 too. So it's like it would make sense for Wuthering Waves, because he was talking about how he wanted it to be kind of like flowy and look the same on each one of the consoles. So, or not consoles, but on the different platforms is the word he used. So I imagine since we already have mobile and PC, that would make sense that PlayStation's part of that, which is so weird. Does anybody know why Xbox is like excluded from that? What did they do to piss off gacha games, bro? Because they ain't got Genshin, they don't got Honkai Star Rail, they're not gonna have Infield, and they're probably not gonna have Wuthering Waves based on the feedback. Like, what the hell did the Xbox do? I think I read that it was actually because most of the audiences don't play, like Xbox audiences don't play stuff from overseas too much, but I don't know if that was true or not. My daughter woke up, so I'm trying to listen to see if she's going to go back to bed. PlayStation 4 will have max phone settings, and PlayStation 5 will run ultra PC settings. That makes sense, though, because PS5s are pretty much like a pretty mid-end, like a mid spec'd out computer, at least right now. So it was kind of just the fact that Microsoft missed their chance and Sony was like, screw it, we'll go in. And then now every company is just like, screw it, we'll just kind of take that. It kind of makes sense because Microsoft tries to push it a little too far sometimes with the negotiations. And I feel like Sony's just willing to undercut that kind of stuff, which I mean, obviously has worked out for them at least last couple of times. I mean, that's kind of smart on Sony's part though, because like at that point, maybe it was because they weren't really entire, like, because at that point Genshin wasn't like massive though, you know, so maybe it's just like Microsoft wasn't really sure what was going to happen. That kind of sucks for them though, because like they definitely missed out on like huge ass market that's only just growing, and so many more gacha games are coming out on console and PCs, so it's like you almost can't even call them mobile games anymore. Like most gachas, at least more recent ones in development aren't even mobile gotchas anymore. They're just gotcha games with mobile variants. Oh, did they already say they regret it? Yeah, I don't keep too much with the Sony Microsoft stuff. I got a PlayStation 5. I grew up mostly on PlayStation. Like my timeline went PlayStation 1. Well, actually, I went like Super Nintendo, GameCube, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, and then PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. So I don't really keep up with the consoles, but I mainly play on like PC anyway. I've played on PC since like 2016 or 17 maybe. I don't really keep up with any of that. I have a PlayStation just for like the PlayStation exclusive stuff, but I already don't want to play like pay online for that anyway, because they make you pay just to play on consoles, and I'm like, nah. Yeah, that's probably what it was though, because like at that point, like the market wasn't established really. So I mean, whatever. Sony ate it up though. Sony was like, all right, I'll take that chance every day, bro. But you know, more power to Sony, I guess. Takes guts whenever you're entering a new market like that, at least for them. All right, chat. Well, that's kind of all I wanted to do. I know it was kind of a quick stream. I don't want to make this too long though, but I thought it'd be fun to hop in here and talk about Wuthering Waves and kind of go in there. So the next expectation for Wuthering Waves is probably maybe talk about some of the different characters, but we'll probably do some CBT stuff if we can get to it. Hopefully we get in. If I do get in, I'll announce it on a community post so you guys know. I told you they cooked, they did, bro. That was such a good format. I think they took it the way they should have. I hope to see more dev talk stuff. That was really cool. So it looks like they're shaping up to be a pretty damn good game, and I mean, it'll be on the channel when it comes out, because I'm a PGR fan, but you know, would really love to see something like Wuthering Waves do successfully well. And I'm not even saying that from like a person who like wants any ill intention on Genshin, bro. You know, I hope Genshin works and tangent with Wuthering Waves. I hope they fight each other. I hope they sit and box each other out a little bit. I think it'll help Genshin people, and I think it'll help Wuthering Waves people. I'm the type of guy that like, I don't think one should kill the other, or somebody should come in here and take over the market. I really feel like these two guys should duke it out, or at least, you know, get something in Genshin's little booties, because nobody's been able to touch them. So hopefully it gives them a little bit better perceptive, and they can work on a better game for their community. That's all I care about. Yeah, talks post launch would be cool. Like upcoming content and stuff would be cool to do in this format, or like changes, or like even buffs, nerfs, whatever the hell they decide to do. Upcoming characters, more in-depth stuff. It'd be kind of cool for them to do like kind of the character trailers and previews, and then just do kind of a development of like what it took to create that character. I think that'd be kind of cool, kind of like what Genshin does. So that variations to like the steps of the characters and stuff would be cool. Right, I'm gonna hop off. Probably try some infield here tonight, or not tonight, but in the next couple of days, because we only have till Sunday to play it. So probably tomorrow night, kind of jump in and proceed with that. But have a good rest of your night, guys. Thanks for hanging out as always, and I will see you in the next one.